Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatirmirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuronmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim Yat kripatam vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram.
Hare Krishna. So we are very blessed to once again have Kartikeya in between us. So we'd like to thank him for coming by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamudra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you. So very glad to have all of you on time. Yes, we are discussing from the very, very wonderful life treasure, life manual, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And we dedicate today's presentation to A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He is the one who made people from all over the world very strong from within. So many times it happens that so many different things take place around us, and we ourselves don't know why it is happening with me. And people ask this question, why me? So what Srila Prabhupada did throughout the whole world was, he equipped each and every person with the understanding from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, what is happening to us, why it is happening to us, and why is it that this world is behaving in a certain way. And therefore even today's topic is very relevant, dealing with adverse situations. Very, very important topic. In fact, the ones who I'm going to miss today, they're going to miss a very, very crucial topic. Because we're going to discuss today a very important philosophy from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Anyone who understands this, he'll be able to answer a lot of questions in his own life. किसी और को पूछने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. He'll be able to answer it yourself. Some scenarios of this world. In this world, some are born rich, some are born poor, some are born very weak, some are very beautiful, some are not so good looking, some get to eat a lot, and some don't even get a job. There are some who get good education, there are some who don't have even basic needs, forget about education. Some people have fair complexion. Some people are very dark. Some people stay in mansion. Some people stay in huts. Oh, some people are blind by birth. Some people are physically challenged right from birth. Some people are very intelligent right from birth. And some people are not so intelligent. Some people are so talented by birth. They're born talented. There's so many times we see, small kids we call Google boy. They know everything. Yes, so talented. I've seen some kids, they pick up instruments and start playing. And our grown-up festival of enlightenment participants struggle to play various instruments also. They just pick up and start playing. How is it that all these things take place? Some questions that should come to our mind immediately is, how is such diversity justified? So all of you sitting here, why is it that only you people are here where your bodies are in working state, you're able to see me, you're able to hear me, you're able to comprehend and contemplate whatever I'm speaking? Why is it that there are people out on the street, poor people, beggars, struggling for basic needs also? Why? How is such diversity justified? What is the basis of such diversity? What is that? Is it just by chance? All this diversity that we just spoke, is it just by chance? And a very, very important question, $1 million question. If God exists, then why so much of suffering? अगर इस दुनिया में कोई मिलता नहीं है ना ब्लेम करने के लिए सीधा ऊपर. Yes. And finally, this question, why do bad things happen to good people? So today's entire discussion will try to answer these questions. I'm going to just speak the philosophy, and I'm sure all of you will be well equipped to answer these different questions yourself. Can we begin? Yes. So today's session is Karma, the law of action and reaction. So here is a video which I'll play, and you have to tell me the definition of karma after this video. इसमें वॉल्यूम नहीं इसमें वो प्रोजेक्टर. Tell me the definition of karma. Whatever you felt, you can say.
What goes comes around.
Okay, what goes around comes around. Okay. And what is that?
What you give, that you returns.
Okay, whatever you give, that returns. And
Every action has a reaction.
okay, every action has a reaction. Yeah. I have a very nice definition. Karma has no menu. You get served what you deserve. You get served what you deserve. These are the basic tenets of karma. First one, as you all rightly said, every action has equal and opposite reaction. Newton ने यहीं से चुराया था. Third law. Second, responsibility comes when intelligence is developed. Third, human life is a junction. Let's go deeper in these 3 points now. Let's understand different types of karma. Lord Krishna is speaking about this in Bhagavad Gita 4th chapter. Please repeat. Karmano hi api bodhavyam cha vikarmanah akarmanascha bodhavyam gahana karmano gatihi. Someone loudly read the translation.
intricacies of action are very hard to understand. Therefore, one should know properly what action is, what forbidden action is, and what inaction is.
So three types are given here. See what Krishna is mentioning: karma, vikarma, and akarma. First is karma, or you can say good karma or punya. So what are the good karma that you can think of? Helping others,
Doing good work.
doing some good work like
Dan, dan.
dan karma, charity, and
Giving
khatam,
knowledge.
giving knowledge. Okay, khatam.
Helping others.
Huh?
Helping others.
Helping others done. Helping others is done. I think everything summarizes in this one line: helping others. Huh? Previously, people would dig wells for unknown people. Strangers are passing by from their village. For those people, they'll dig the wells or keep building schools and giving free education. Yes, yes, social work, feeding food to people, building hospitals for free. So all these things will come in good karma or punya, जो आजकल लोग ज्यादा करते नहीं हैं. Punya. Now, when someone does punya, good karma, naturally you will see that will lead to enjoyment. You do good, naturally good will happen to you. Hold on to this, we'll discuss more on this now. Bad karma or papa. So, what are different bad karmas?
Murder.
Murder. Okay.
Abusing.
Abusing.
Hurting someone.
Hurting someone.
Thinking ill of others.
Huh?
Thinking ill of others.
Thinking ill of others. Or back bitching. And yeah, that got covered. Huh?
Chori karna and all.
Chori karna. Yes, theft.
Jealous on others.
Jealous and envious of others. Huh? All the crimes that is there, that will come in this category. And very nicely, you people, crimes are on a very low platform, but what you people are speaking a little higher on the subtle platform. Being jealous, envious, pulling others down, etc. Whatever you all said, hurting others. Very nice. So all these come under bad karma. But I have a question here. How do you understand what is good and what is bad? Because you see, something good for me, someone might say, no, no, this is bad for me. Like for example, I might say drinking alcohol is bad. And there's a person who is drunk and he said, अरे प्रभु जी आपको क्या पता इसमें कितना मजा है एक पैग मार के देखो. So now that person might say, no, it is all good. It's all good. So what is that benchmark by which I can decide what is good and what is bad? Because in this world, you see, everyone says, according to me, my opinion, बाद में कहते रहो opinion. So my question is, how do you actually decide? Because everyone will give their opinion. So on what basis do you decide what is good, what is bad?
Depending on the intention.
Depending on?
Intention.
Okay, depending on intention. Okay, sometimes it happens that किसी के पेट में छुरी घोप दिया. You put knife. Oops, this was not my intention. I just wanted to test if this is sharp or it is blunt. Yes, that's correct in intention, but something more, because even intention becomes subjective. Outcome of the result, huh? Outcome of the action. So now when the parent is beating the child, उसको तो दुख है ना बेचारे को बच्चे को सॉट किसने पिटाई खाया है बचपन में सब लोग हैं. My mother would just take a belt and sort. I mean, now if you see the outcome, the child has got beaten. Now, if you say that's Papa, then then it's a problem.
Whenever your actions damages the society or yourself.
And the action damages your society or yourself. Okay. So the soldier on the border is giving his life for the country.
He is protecting the society.
He's protecting the society. Okay.
His intention is to protect the society.
Ah.
The outcome of that is intention.
Okay, everything put together. See, one thing that somehow we miss is good and bad. What is right, what is wrong? It's already given to us. ज़्यादा दिमाग लाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. It's already given. And where is it given? It's given in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. It's given in Vedic scriptures. See what Krishna is saying. Ye etve okay. Etvetad abhyasuyanto nanutishtanti me matam sarvajnana vimodam stan vidhi nasthana chetasah. Someone can read translation loudly.
But those who, out of envy, disregard these teachings and do not follow them regularly are to be considered bereft of all knowledge, be fooled and ruined in their endeavors for perfection.
Yes. So see here, Lord is very clear. These are the teachings which are meant for human beings, and if you miss out on that, if you don't follow them, then what will happen? You will be ruined. As simple as that. So as soon as we go against the Vedic scriptures, the life manual, problem is with us. We will have to face the problem. So basically, the benchmark is what? The Vedic scriptures. So that tells us what is right, what is wrong. Simple as that. तो अपना opinion की जरूरत नहीं है. What I feel doesn't matter. Because our feelings, our opinions will change with time and circumstances. So what benchmark is set is this, the Vedic scriptures. Previously, people would have, they would read, they would know what is right, what is wrong. You know what? Telling a lie also, people would be very, very cautious. People will be truthful. एक बार वचन दे दिया तो दे दिया. That was the case because they were knowing the repercussions of various different things, what is right and what is wrong. Now people in so much of ignorance, they don't know what is right, what is wrong. Just Instagram पे जो पढ़ा, WhatsApp पे जो forward आया, that will tell what is right, what is wrong. According to the Vedic scriptures, there are 4 pillars of sin. First is intoxication. Second, meat eating. Third, illicit sex, that is premarital or extramarital affair. Gambling or jua. So these are the pillars of sin and one has to suffer. So these are the different things. So we understood about karma, that is good work, or we can also call it punya. And when it comes to bad work or vikarma, that's papa, and one has to suffer. So anyone who does punya will enjoy for sure, and the one who is doing papa will suffer for sure. In this world, we might miss out on something when we are judging a person, but the material nature, it will not miss out on anything. It will catch the person the right time and give the right thing, or whatever is needed, whatever he has done, as I had mentioned in the first slide itself. What will karma do? Karma will serve you that what you deserve. So now this is karma and vikarma. Third one, or papa and punya. Third one is akarma. What is akarma according to you? According to your opinion, what is akarma? Okay, not doing work. That is one of the meaning, but that's not in our context now. Akarma. So when I do good work, what did I get? Punya. When I did something bad, I got papa. So punya means that which is according to the Shastra, Vedic scriptures. Papa is that against the Vedic scriptures. So now when I'm doing good karma, which is in accordance to Vedic scriptures, I'll get punya. Credits, good credits, by which I can enjoy. And when I go against Vedic scriptures, what happens is I get papa, or the negative credits for which I have to suffer. So now akarma means what? Akarma means I do some action and there is no reactions to that. No punya, no papa. That's called as akarma. Is that clear? Yes? Let me explain this in some way. See, in this world, everything belongs to whom? Everything belongs to कृष्णा गॉड बाकी लोग सोच रहे नहीं मेरा बैंक बैलेंस तो मेरा ही है whom does it belong to? Everything belongs to God, as simple as that. You see, anything that you pick up in this world is all made up of what? Pancha Mahabhut: earth, water, fire, air, ether. Agree? Last time we discussed. Now someone might say, no, but this laptop I have made, I have used my buddhi to make this. You know what? Even that buddhi is the energy of the Lord. You remember last time we discussed subtle body? What subtle body consists of? Mind, intelligence, false ego. And all these three Krishna is saying in Gita, 7th chapter, Shloka 4. Bhumir, Apo, Anala, Vayu, Kham. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. And then Bhumir, Apo, Anala, Vayu, Kham, Manha, Buddhi, Revacha, Ahankaram, iti yamme, Bhinna Prakriti Rashtava. He says, Manaha, Buddhi, and Ahankar, they are also my energy. So someone is saying that I have put all earth, water, fire, air, ether together and I have made this so it is mine. Sorry, bhai. Sorry. Buddhi also is Krishna's. It belongs to God. So can you imagine? Everything belongs to God. In fact, this gross body belongs to God, subtle body belongs to God. Everything that we have belongs to God. So when we use all that in service of the Lord, that activity is called as a karmic activity because that activity is not going to give any reaction. No papa, no punya. And this akarmic activity is very, very important for a person to attain perfection in life. Now, to go more deeper here, what if I can say, if I have to understand what is that akarmic activity actually? Krishna is telling us. Please repeat. Eme matam idam nityam अनुतिष्ठन्ति मानवाः श्रद्धावन्तो न सूयन्तो मुच्यन्ते तेऽपि कर्मभिः. Someone read the translation.
Those persons who execute their duties according to my injunctions and who follow this teaching faithfully without envying become free from the bondage of fruitive actions.
See, Krishna is very clear. If you follow Gita, here Krishna is saying you become free from the bondage of fruitive action. What do you mean by bondage of fruitive action? You'll be free from both good reaction and bad reaction. But that is papa and punya. You'll be free from that. Therefore, if the question is asked, how can we do akarma? And the answer for that is by following the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Simple. Now, the credit has to become zero. No positives, no negatives. It has to be zero. That's all it means. So therefore, these activities that we're doing here, sitting here, say understanding Gita, chanting Hare Krishna, attending the Aarti, dancing in the Aarti, having prasad, all that comes in the category of akarma. Matlab, whatever activities we have in our day-to-day life, we can turn that into akarma when we acknowledge the Lord while doing that activity. As simple as that. Because without His mercy, we cannot do anything in this world. You might have heard, not even a blade of grass moves without a sanction. Yes. So when we acknowledge that thing becomes akarmic. Is that clear, everyone? We discussed three concepts: karma, vikarma, and akarma. Karma means I do some activity. What will I get in return? Punya, good reaction. When I do some bad activity, what will I get in return? Papa, or bad reaction. And now, when I do some activity and say I have to call it as akarma, what will I get in return? Nothing. So these are the three. So let's keep this aside. We'll come back to this again. One important concept which I want you all to answer. So whatever good and bad karma that we have discussed, is this applicable to animals also? How many of you say no? Okay. How many of you say yes? And how many of you say Prabhuji aap bata dijiye? Do you remember in the first session we had discussed one concept? There are 4 activities which animals do. What are those? Sleeping, eating, enjoyment, and defense. SEED. Correct? Animals always keep doing these 4 only. Because they are the ones who don't have higher intelligence. They cannot differentiate things. How are we special as compared to animals? A, B, C, D. A, ability for higher inquiry. B, bliss. C,
Choice.
choice. D,
Determination.
determination. So all these things human beings have. Animals don't have all these things. So since animals' intelligence is not developed, you know what? This entire cycle that we're discussing about, that is good karma, bad karma, is not applicable to animals. Very simple example. So you put a lion in a closed room here, and everywhere you put grass. My question to you is, will the lion eat grass and sustain?
Yes. No. No.
Yes. Carnivorous animal. Sometimes it might eat, but it doesn't sustain on grass. It will die. Okay, so another example. You keep a cow in the same room and put flesh everywhere. Will cow sustain? It will die. You put a human being there and you put either of it. Will he sustain? So you see, animals, they're programmed in certain way. You will not see lion going around and eating tomatoes and apples. And similarly, you will not see a cow going around and eating flesh and fish. No. They're programmed in certain way. उसी programming way में चलते रहते हैं बेचारे. You will never see that these animals are doing some other activity than sleeping, eating, enjoyment, defense. They don't do more than these four. They're programmed because they have less intelligence. Therefore, this philosophy of karma is not applicable to animals. So there is nothing called this animal did papa now in front of me. This animal did punya in front of me. नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं. You know what is happening with them? They are just evolving. Just remember this word, and I'll come back to this word again. They're just evolving. Now, when it comes to human beings, small kids, for them, is karma applicable? Good karma, bad karma? Small kids, less than 11 years. No? How many of you say no? Okay, Abhi. How many of you say yes? How many of you say, Prabhuji, bata dijiye? Answer is no. Why? Simple. Because their intelligence is not developed. नहीं भगवान के माँ बाप के ही बच्चे हैं भगवान के तो सारे हैं बच्चे. You see a very important point. Even if a child he does some theft या फिर किसी को गाली दे के आया or whatever, people will not feel bad about it. Even for that matter, even the judge will not give a punishment to a person who is not mature. Punishment hota bhi to it will be very less. Why? Because he is considered to be mature or his intelligence is not developed. Same, they're like animals, almost like animals. No intelligence. वो बस करते रहते हैं. You see small kids, कुछ भी मिला मुंह में डाल देते हैं. Have you seen that? Same, जैसे कुत्ते लोग करते हैं, कुत्ते बिल्ली, go around and eat. So their intelligence is not developed yet. But as soon as the intelligence develops, हम सब जैसे, yes, immediately this will act on us. Good karma, bad karma, good reaction, bad reaction, all this starts acting on us. Therefore, one thing is very important to note, human life is a junction. Junction पे क्या होता है? Any junction you take on the road, so at the junction, you can change your path. You can take a right, you can go straight, or you can take a U-turn and go back, or you can go straight. That's the junction that we're talking about. Now, when I say going higher or lower, what does that mean? Now we're going deeper and deeper, you have to be with me. In fact, abhi sessions jo bhi hai, it will go more deeper. Better to make notes if next time onwards or this time. Even now also you all can think of doing that. Here is a very important shloka from Bhagavad Gita. Please repeat. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya navani granati naroparani तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि. Someone read the translation.
As a person puts on new garments, giving up old ones. The soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones.
Okay. You all remember something from the body soul session? Boyhood to youthhood to old age, and at the time of death, what happens? New body. Tatha dehantara prapte. New body. So now, a very important thing. Here it is said the way people change clothes. So it gets old, so you put on a new cloth. So now, say my cloth is getting old. So I go to a mall to purchase and I choose something. Can I take anything that I want? On what basis can I take something from there? Yeah, रोकड़ा मांगता है. You need money. Yes, you need some credit. That's a very important thing to note. Based on this, you'll be allowed to take a certain type of cloth. Now I have a question for all of you. Boyhood to youthhood to old age, and at the time of death, you said new body. Yes? Now my question is, based on what are you getting the new body or the new cloth? क्या बात, क्या बात. Since we have intelligence, what you said doesn't act on you. You see, we're able to understand, we're able to use our intelligence. Therefore, human beings are called as personalities with higher intelligence. So the next body is based on our karma, based on our papa and punya, as simple as that. So the first few slides that I talked about, some are born rich, some are born poor, some are fair, some are dark, some are having good education, some don't have any basic needs. What is the reason? One word, and that's karma. Now, how many types of clothes are available? Now, this is the question. अभी मॉल में जाते तो पूरा ऐसे display होता है ना एकदम. Yes, you have various types of jeans, different colors, and different t-shirts and shirts and blazers and whatever. So, how many types of clothes are available for us in this material world? Okay. Now, here is a shloka which talks about that. So, from this from Vishnu Puran, please repeat. Jalajanava lakshani स्थावरा लक्ष्य विंशति कृमयो रुद्र संख्याकः पक्षिणां दश लक्षणम् त्रिंशल्लक्षाणि पशवः चतुर्लक्षाणि मानुषाः. Now here is a very, very important thing. Jalaja, I remember, I have known the shloka. I'll recite, you have to tell me the meaning. Jalaja Navalakshani. Jalaja means, Jal means, Ja means the ones who take birth in water. So what are those? Aquatics, correct? Yes. Gumani also. Translation. So Jalaja Navalakshani. How many aquatics? Navalakshani means 9 lakhs. So now we're speaking about species, not number of that animals. We're speaking about species. So 9 lakh species of aquatics. Sthavara. What do you mean by sthavar? Sthavar. Sthavar means that which doesn't move. Like trees, plants, they don't move. They are there at one place. How many? Here it says sthavara laksha vimshati, 20 lakhs. ऐड करते जाइए आप लोग कितना हुआ अब तक 29. Okay. Krimi insects. How many insects? रुद्र संख्या का 11 lakhs. कितना हुआ 40. पक्षी birds. दशलक्षणम 10 lakhs. How many 50 lakhs. त्रिंशल लक्षाणि पशवः. Pashavaha means 4-legged animal. How many? Trimshal Lakshani, 30 lakhs. Kitna ho? Chatur Lakshani Manushaha, human being species, 4 lakhs. Kitna ho? 84 lakh species. This is what is spoken here. So total 84 lakh species are available. मतलब we can choose कौन सा cloth पहनना है हमें. क्या हमें tight jeans पहनना है कि loose shirt पहनना है कि मुझे blazer पहनना है. I can choose that. 84 लाख स्पीशीज. इसमें कुछ क्वेश्चन आया क्या आपके दिमाग में? हाँ, 4 lakh species of human beings matlab kya? You know what? This is based on the consciousness level of the person. So depending on the consciousness level of the person, he'll be categorized as one of the species in this 4 lakhs. So the ones who have very, very low consciousness, ekdam as a tribal types, they'll be in one category. Even Brahma comes in this category of human species. So he'll be in the highest category. और अपन कहीं बीच में रहेंगे ऊपर से नीचे based on our consciousness, you see. And when we are sitting here to understand Gita, it is assumed that we have a high consciousness. Therefore, we are here to understand the crux of Bhagavad Gita. 84 lakh species. Now, again, I will ask the question. Boyhood to youthhood to old age, and at the time of death, next body, how many types of bodies are available? 84 lakh types. Based on that, based on what we'll get that? Karma. अभी मुझे बताइए, what role God has to play in this? What role Lord has here? मैंने कुछ किया है, उसका पूरा कैलकुलेशन करके I'll get next body. As simple as that. As simple as that. Therefore, it's a very important thing. As soon as we dive deep in the philosophy of Gita, immediately one thing that will happen is natural peace will come in life. कुछ भी होता है लाइफ में, now you know very well कि क्यों हो रहा है. Who is the culprit? हाँ? I बोलो, you मत बोलो. Yes. So ourselves. Yes. And here is a very nice shloka, and you have to explain me the shloka. This talks about how do we get the next body. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajyate ante kalevaram tam tam ivaiti kaunteya sada tad bhava bhavitah. Translation, someone read.
Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, goes on Kunti, that state he will attain without fail.
Very, very important shloka. Here Krishna is telling Arjun in the 8th chapter, Arjun, तो जो कुछ याद करेगा मरते टाइम. Now you're going to leave the earth. Say, just imagine, this is the last breath that you're taking. And what you remember at the time of death, that's what state you're going to attain next life. That's what the shloka says. कितना logical और कितना scientific है ये. And it's very, very logical. You see, in the entire day, whatever activities we do, at night we get that in the dream. If that activity is done very intensely. You say today, if I ask you, can you tell me something about your childhood? So then we will say, maybe junior KG में ये टीचर ने ऐसा चाटा लगाया था मुझे. फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड में नो आई नॉट रिमेम्बरिंग फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड. फिफ्थ स्टैंडर्ड में ये हुआ था. 10th standard में ये हुआ था. Can you tell ditto word to word what happened in your junior KG, first standard, second standard, etc.? Why only certain events you are able to remember? Huh? What is that? एकदम intensely किया उन्होंने. Yes, strong impression. Memorable, yes. Just imagine teacher ने आपको stage पे बुला के जोर का चाटा लगाया. Everyone remembers such a teacher in your life? Yes. Now you see, since that has made a strong impression, we are able to remember that. Therefore, in our life, whatever activities we are doing, whatever strong impressions we have, all that is there in the mind. And even scientifically, it is proved at the time of death, there is a rapid slideshow that takes place. Rapid slideshow. And in that rapid slideshow, in one of the slide, it will stop and we will give up our body. And that slide is going to decide what is going to be my next destination. Now I have a question for all of you. मैंने पहले बोला कि it is based on karma. Next body is based on karma. मैंने आप ही लोगों ने बोला. And then now this shloka says at the time of death what you remember is going to decide your next destination. Is it contradictory? Or can you reconcile this?
See, when we do whatever karma we will do, if we will do good karma, of course, when we will die, it is quite, there is high chance that we will remember good.
Remember that. Okay. Anything else? Anyone wants to add? Is that logical? Whatever I'm doing full life, probability of that coming at the time of death is obviously high. As simple as that. Another logic here is, say the person's karma says that he should become a cockroach in next life. But at the time of death, उसका हमेशा से desire था. Whenever he would move on the road, he will see the billboard, 4 BHK villa. और हमेशा ऐसे desire करता था, yes, I'll buy a 4 BHK villa and then me and my wife and my kid. No. 4 bedrooms, but then we 3 will stay in that. Yes. Now, my question to all of you is his karma is to become a cockroach, but he is remembering a villa at the time of his death. What will be his destination? Cockroach in that 4 BHK. Congratulations. See how logical. See, there is nothing contradictory in Vedic scriptures. The only thing is you need to have right guidance to understand the same. And life becomes so mesmerizing and so wonderful because you can answer questions of anything and everything that is taking place around you. Naturally, you'll feel good. You'll feel enlightened. You'll feel elated. Naturally, when you understand all these different things. Therefore, the shloka is a very important shloka which is talking about this very, very important concept. Now, I have a question for all of you again. Do we get the karmic reaction in the same life? जैसा अभी मैंने पाप किया, तो immediately will I get papa? Am I supposed to suffer immediately? So I do something good, will I immediately enjoy for that? Not necessary. Depends. अच्छा word use किया आप लोग. Okay, let's try to understand through an analogy, an example. See, different seeds. I'm sure all of you have this knowledge. If you sow mustard seeds in the soil, कितना time लगता है उगने के लिए? Just few days, 1 or 2 days. That's it. If you sow a mango seed, how much time it takes? नहीं वो हाइब्रिड नहीं वाला, नॉर्मल वाला बोल रहा हूँ. हाइब्रिड वाला तो 1-2 महीने में उग जाता है. Yes, months together where the tree grows and then years also you can say sometimes. Yes, दोनों seed ही है, लेकिन दोनों अलग-अलग seed है. There are 2 different types of seeds. Similarly, in our day-to-day activities, our different activities are going to have different types of seeds. Some seeds will give you quick results. Some seeds will give you delayed results. I have an example for all of you. Everyone knows Dhritarashtra? Yes? What is the speciality of Dhritarashtra? He was blind. Internally or externally? क्या बात? Both. He was blind. Now what happened is the entire Kurukshetra battle got over. सारे 100 के 100 बच्चे मर गए. It's all bloodshed. Dhritarashtra remained because he was not in the battle. He was in this palace. After the entire battle got over, this comes in Mahabharata. In one of the Parva, it comes. So Dhritarashtra is going to Lord Krishna and he's asking this question. That, oh Lord, why this entire thing happened? क्या किया था मैंने? What did I do? That this entire thing took place and I'm feeling so much of pain in my heart. So at that time, Krishna said, 50 lifetimes back, you were a hunter. 50 lifetimes back, you were a hunter. And you were in the forest hunting. And what happened is, there was a bird in the nest. It was a huge nest, and there was a bird in the nest, and you were aiming at that bird. And that bird flew away. And you got so irritated and so frustrated that instead of killing that bird, the mature big bird, you killed the 100 birdlets which just took birth in the nest. So the pain that father bird went through, when that father bird saw the 100 birdlets dying, that same pain, Dhritarashtra, you are going through because your 100 kids have died now. Now Dhritarashtra said, Baap re, 50 lifetime back. I did something and now it is coming. But Dhritarashtra was intelligent. Let me see how much intelligent you are. बताओ क्या क्वेश्चन पूछा रहेगा धृतराष्ट्र ने नेक्स्ट?
उसका पश्चाताप कैसे?
नहीं हो गया, बच्चे मर गए, पश्चाताप क्या है अभी?
50 साल बाद ही।
हाँ, why had to wait for 50 साल नहीं, 50 lifetimes? Why you made me wait for 50 lifetimes? Is that logical question?
Yes.
तुरंत दे देते नेक्स्ट लाइफ, मैं अंतर था, तुरंत दे देते. You know what Krishna said? To get one son, you need a lot of punya. For 50 lifetimes you are amassing punya, and now Dhritarashtra, when you had enough punya, you are qualified to beget 100 sons. And now that Papa 50 lifetimes back is manifested now. Congratulations. Can you imagine the complexity of this philosophy of karma? Yes. So now 50 lifetimes back, one seed was sown. That seed fructified after 50 lifetimes. Now in our life also, कौन सा karma seed fructify होगा? We never know. Sometimes, you know what, I've seen a different type of pride in people. People say, see, anyways, I have a very good job. I have a very good looking, handsome body. I have various other things all set. My parents are all good. Life is set. क्या टेंशन है जीवन में हमें? There's no question, there's no tension. सब सेट है जीवन में. बताओ मुझे एक चीज, आप कह रहे हैं कि सब सेट है, ऐसे चल रहा है सब कुछ, क्या ऐसे ही रहेगा? ऐसे ही रहेगा? कौन सा कर्मा बॉम्ब फेंका जाएगा और तुरंत जो ऐसा है वो कभी ऐसे ऊपर उठ के नीचे आएगा? You never know. Yes. Therefore, I always say, when a spiritualist, when he goes deep in the understanding of philosophy of Gita, you know, first thing that takes place in his existence, he becomes humble. उसे समझता है भाई कभी भी कुछ भी हो सकता है, ज्यादा घमंड नहीं करना चाहिए. There is no use of pride. There's no use of pride. Now maybe I have got a lot of money, a millionaire. I know you are not, but you're still budding in your career, but I'm saying in future, for sure, I'm a millionaire. अरे बाबा कितने सारे millionaire रोड पे आए, कितने सारे in one night. Who are we? Therefore, this is a very important understanding. The seed that we sow of karma, पता नहीं कौन से लाइफ टाइम का कौन से टाइम पे फ्रक्टिफाई होगा. Very, very important. Very, very. Another question which people ask is, I'm sure you might be getting some questions. Hold your questions, we'll be answering very soon in next 5-10 minutes. Is everything in life fixed? कितने लोग बोलते हैं कि सब कुछ फिक्स्ड है प्रभु जी? ये कर्मा जो आपने बताया, जो भी किए हम वही होने वाला है, फिक्स्ड है सब कुछ. How many of you say fixed? How many of you say not fixed? Okay. चलिए मैं बताता हूँ. Yes. In our life, one thing is for sure that is fixed. That is the amount of sukha and dukkha that we're going to get. This is fixed. इस क्वांटिटी को हम चेंज नहीं कर सकते. If I'm supposed to get 100 units of happiness, I'll get 100 units only. If I have to get 100 units of suffering, I'm going to get 100 units of suffering. These units are not going to change. Now, what is going to give happiness? That can change. The medium of getting that happiness can change. This is the first thing. Second, number of breaths that we take, that's fixed. No, I'm saying it's fixed. Yes. And the number of grains that we eat, even that is fixed. Sometimes people say, no, दाने दाने पे लिखा है. अभी तक तो आप लोगों की शादी हुई नहीं, शादी करो पता चले. You know why I'm saying this? When the husband and wife fight, भले घर पे बिरयानी बनाई हो, बेचारी भूखे सो जाते हैं. पता है कौन खाता है? वो काम वाली बाई. She comes for cleaning. अरे इतना सा waste हुआ, let me eat it off. And you might have seen many times it happens that somehow we are not able to eat due to whatever reason, health issue हो जाए या कुछ problem, mental issue, something we are not able to eat. So in this way, all these different things are fixed. Therefore, one point is very, very important to note. In our material life, different junctions in our life are fixed. Now, in that junction, what is the option that we choose? That is going to decide your next cycle of karma. Sometimes people very foolishly say सब कुछ fixed है. अरे भाई अगर सब कुछ fixed होता तो हम तो robot हो गए ना फिर. Where's the question of choice? There's no question of choice. But junctions in our life are fixed, and in that junction, we have to take a call of what to do, what to choose. That's up to us. So, in this way, we see that in our life, these material things are fixed. But you know what? Bhakti is not fixed. Bhakti is something that we can decide kitna karna hai. Karma will not affect bhakti. Now it's up to us कि हमें कितना advance करना है भक्ति में. Now, for example, say a person, I'm sure all of you might have seen this. This is a very important concept that I'm putting forward now. Many times you will see some people work so hard, इतने गधे जैसे काम करते हैं, but still they're not able to get promotion, or they're, say they have a startup, that startup is not flourishing. I know so many people like that. And there are some people, थोड़ा मेहनत करके zup, they progress like anything. And now the person has worked hard, he's thinking, oh, this is injustice. मैं इतना मेहनत किया मुझे नहीं मिला, and then this person is getting. You know what? In our life, material advancement, जितना materially progress कर सकते हैं, that has got a limit. You keep progressing, there's a limit. What is the limit? What is the limit? क्या है? You're progressing and you hit that limit. You're not able to go beyond that. हैं? Upper limit ही बोल रहा हूँ. क्या है upper limit? Simple. It's all about the karma that we have for this life. That's the upper limit. The sukha and dukha that is fixed, utna hi hai. You cannot go beyond that. But you know what? This is about material life, but spiritual life, you can decide how much you want to grow. It's up to you. You can decide. Therefore, I always say, kaun sa karma bomb blast hoga, we don't know. But if a person is spiritually advancing, he'll be able to tolerate the repercussions of that karma bomb. The person who is not advancing in spiritual life, जब कर्मा बॉम्ब फटता है उसको पता नहीं भी कौन से लाइफ टाइम पे 100 लाइफ टाइम पहले का कि पिछले लाइफ टाइम, he does not know. You know what happens? He becomes very unstable. क्यों हो रहा है मेरे साथ ये? क्यों हो रहा है? मैंने क्या बिगाड़ा है किसी का? मैं तो सब अच्छा कर रहा हूँ, क्यों हो रहा है मेरे साथ ये? You know, during COVID time, I can tell this very proudly. There were many people who lost their family members, and only one person remained, and such people went into depression. And there's some of my students who are attending these sessions, who are practicing spirituality every day from years together. They also face the same problem, but they were not shaken even a bit. Even a bit. तभी मैं देख पाया कि what is the difference between a person who is a spiritual practitioner and who is not. दोनों के लाइफ में कर्मा बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट हुआ, but someone was able to take the noise of that bomb and someone was not able to take the noise of that bomb based on your spiritual advancement. Therefore, I always say focus on advancement and spirituality. As simple as that. Here is a question, the $1,000,000 question. Why do bad things happen to good people? Why? वो तो सब कुछ अच्छा कर रहा है. What is that? Past? As simple as that. Here is a nice analogy. It says, one year, a farmer had put grains in this. That was bad quality grains. So ऊपर से डाला उसने. This is called a silo. From top, he had put grains. It settled in the bottom. Next year, his youngest child was seeing what his father is doing. Next year, he got high quality grains. Again, ऊपर से डाला. Now his son is seeing high quality grains from the top. They're all white grains. पहले ही black grain settle हुआ था नीचे last year. Now that farmer's wife is calling from kitchen. थोड़ा grains ले आओ. खत्म हो गया. I have to cook. Get some grains. And now what happened is he tapped it from bottom. From the outlet, he got the grains. Now what happened is that youngest son was singing. ऊपर से कौन सा color grain गया? White. And now when the farmer was removing the grains from below, black grains were coming out. Now this child was scratching his head. White, black, white, black. He was not understanding. Same is our case also. We are like a small child and we are seeing people around. Oh, he's doing all good activities. White grains. He's doing all good activities. But why? बुरा क्यों हो रहा है इसके साथ? Black grains क्यों निकल रहा है? And the answer is the past life karma. As simple as that. Very, very important concept. Very, very important concept. But I have a very important instruction here. Say someone is suffering, your friend or someone. So what will you go and do there? Tell philosophy. तेरा कर्मा है, पाप किया तूने, सबर हाँ? Will you do that? Very very important. This philosophy is applicable for us. अपने लाइफ के क्वेश्चंस के लिए ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग एंड द पीपल हु कम फॉर गाइडेंस उनको बोल सकते हैं हम, बट नॉट जस्ट दैट यू गो एंड अप्लाई टू व्हेन समवन इज सफरिंग एंड तूने पाप किया, इनफैक्ट और सफर करना चाहिए, यू शुड सफर मोर, बट बिकॉज यू आर इन माय एसोसिएशन थोड़ा भगवान ने कम सफरिंग दिया तुझे. Very very important. Huh? Therefore, I always tell when I'm speaking this philosophy of karma, never apply this on others. This is only for ourselves. Because that's very cruel to apply on others. We should be very sympathetic towards others and help them. When you start applying this philosophy on others, you know what will happen? Our heart will become hard. It will not be soft. Our heart will become hard. Spiritually develop nahi ho payenge. Very difficult. Therefore, in our life, when we say, आज तो मैं बहुत lucky था, आज तो ये फ्री में मिल गया, लॉटरी लग गई. Do you think this is just by chance? Just by chance? One thing you have to understand is nothing in this world happens by chance. So when I say luck, what does that mean? I was very lucky today, so and so thing happened. What does that mean? Good karma fructified, or we can say good karma bomb blasted. As simple as that. Okay, white grain coming out. अभी आप लोग तो अच्छा आंसर दे सकते हैं. Yes. So in this way you see, there's nothing called as luck. There's nothing called as free. Everything has to be paid. Either you have to pay now, or you have paid it before, or you have to pay in future. Always remember, nothing comes for free. Now there is a very important question. Can good karma nullify bad karma? जैसे मैं सुबह बहुत अच्छा सब अच्छे काम किए और रात को एकदम आई डोंट थिंक आई नीड टू डिस्क्राइब नाउ, फिर नेक्स्ट डे मॉर्निंग अगेन फिर नहीं अभी रात को मैंने बहुत ये कर दिया था तो अभी नेक्स्ट डे मॉर्निंग अभी अच्छा काम करना चाहिए, रात को पाप किया तो सुबह पुण्य करना है, सो अगर मैं पुण्य करूंगा तो कट जाएगा रात का पाप. इज दैट राइट लॉजिक? ओके, दिस इज द मैथमेटिक्स ऑफ कर्मा. टेल मी 7 minus 4 according to the philosophy of karma is what? What is that? 7? Sure, not 3? Actually, yes, correct. 7 and minus 4. So 7, if I've done some good work and I've got 7 credits, 7 positive credits, I have to enjoy that. And if I have done papa and I've got 4 negative credits, I have to suffer for that. 7 minus 4 is never equal to 3 in the philosophy of karma. तो जो भी लोग सोच रहे हैं ना, अरे बहुत पाप किया कल रात को, अभी थोड़ा पुण्य कर लेते हैं, सॉरी, नहीं होता ऐसे. नहीं, there's nothing like this that's going to happen. Many times people are in so much of illusion ना, ऐसे करते हैं लोग, सोचते हैं अरे बहुत पाप कर लिया, अभी थोड़ा पुण्य के कार्य करने चाहिए, मरने का समय आ गया है, तो मर, अगले जन्म में मिलेगा तुझे ये, जो भी कांड किया तूने, yes you have to suffer. Therefore, yes, SIP. Therefore, it's very very important to note 7 minus 4 is 7 and minus 4. Now someone might say sitting here, Prabhuji, मैं कसम काके कहता हूँ, I swear I was not knowing all this. I was not knowing all this. मैंने बहुत पाप किया है. Will I be forgiven for that? What do you say? Yes or no? Some people are like, Prabhuji, आप ही बता दीजिए क्या होगा मेरे साथ. Fingers crossed. Actually, ignorance is not an excuse. Say you're driving with a great speed. You're on the road, and there was a speed limit, and cop catches you. You cross the speed limit, and now when the cop is fining you at that time, मैंने देखा ही नहीं बोर्ड. क्या बोलेगा? What will the police say? हाँ ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, तो पैसे भर. Yes. Now, say I'm eating somewhere on the street and I ate something and I got food poison. Can you tell the doctor, oh, I was not knowing कि वो unhygienic था? Say a child who is not very intelligent, he puts his hand in the fire. Will his hand burn or will he feel cool? Ignorance of law is not an excuse. As simple as that. Again, question: Why? Why human beings have such strict rules? Ignorance of law is not an excuse. Why? Because of developed intelligence that we have. Human life is God for this only, to understand what is right, what is wrong. How can I say मुझे पता नहीं था? किसने बोला आंख बंद करके रहने के लिए? खोलो आंख खोलो देखो ठीक से. What is right, what is wrong? Therefore, it is said as soon as there is ignorance of truth, immediately we commit sinful activity, and that leads to suffering. This is exactly what takes place. Very, very important. Therefore, human life is meant to understand the purpose of life. We cannot live in ignorance. और लोग जो भी है ना जो ignorance में जी रहे हैं बोलते हैं ignorance is. अभी समझ रहे कितनी बैंड बजने वाली है उनकी? Ignorance cannot be bliss. It might be some bliss till the point white grains are coming out. और जो भी black grains डाल रहे bliss में निकलेगा वो भी. It will come out. Come out for sure. Therefore, this is a very important point to note. Human life being endowed with higher intelligence provides us an opportunity to become free from ignorance. Therefore, understanding the philosophy of Gita, the life manual becomes very important. Very, very important. Now, someone might ask, can I modify my past reactions? Can I modify my past reactions? You know what is the good news? The answer is yes. Because in our life, there is nothing called as checkmate, always remember. Never in our life it's checkmate. It's always we have some solution, provided the aspirant is sincere. And here is the answer which Krishna is giving in Gita. Everyone, please repeat. Buddhi yukto jahati ha ube sukruta dushkrute tasmad yogaya yujyasva yoga karma kaushalam. Translation, please.
A man engaged in devotional service rids himself of both good and bad reaction even in this life. Therefore, strive for yoga, which is the art of all work.
So here Krishna is saying, if you do bhakti, if you do devotional service, if you do akarma, you will get rid of both papa and punya that is there in your stock. So all that is there in the silo, the white grains and the black grains, everything will disappear. That's what Krishna is saying here. So on the spiritual platform, whatever activities we do, that has got the power to destroy on the material platform whatever is there. So papa and punya are on the material platform. And now the activities that we're doing here, mantra meditation, Bhagavad Gita, understanding, kirtan, prasad, etc., everything comes on the spiritual platform. So this has the power to destroy this, that is papa and punya. Is that clear to everyone? Yes? Finally, the last slide for today is dealing with adverse situations. This is a very, very important slide. And surely you can use this slide to counsel others also. Because you people are the ones who are going to lead the society in future. And it's very important to understand this and help others. First one is, in our own life, we should accept the fact. Any crisis that we're going through, we should accept the fact, I have done it, I have to face it. ऐसे innocent नहीं बनना चाहिए. पता नहीं मेरे जीवन में ये सब क्यों हो रहा है मेरे साथ. मैं तो सब अच्छा ही कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन बुरा क्यों हो रहा है. शांत रहे. तूने कांड किया है, भुगतना तो तुझे ही है. So always we should have this understanding. I have done it, I have to face it. As soon as we accept this fact, you will see there's a huge, huge burden that is relieved. Huge burden that will be relieved. First thing. Second, best point is with every suffering, the burden of sin is reducing. So anytime you're going through suffering, just smile. You know why? Because the bad grains are coming out. Nikalne do pura. That's good. What's the problem? And the third one is go deeper in spiritual life because spiritual practices can actually destroy both papa and punya and make us pure. So these are the three things that will help us for dealing with adverse situations. And therefore I say going deep in spiritual life is the ultimate solution. And only three activities which I always recommend. One is everyday mantra meditation, just 10 minutes. How many of you started doing every day? Wonderful. Wonderful. Amazing. The others who are waiting, I request you all don't wait. कर्मा बॉम्ब कौन सा फटने वाला है पता नहीं है. Don't wait. High time. Second, study one shloka of Gita every day. My app is there. You all can use that. Videos are meant for all of you. How many of you start watching one video a day? Oh, very nice. Very nice. And third one, please don't miss the Saturday evening sessions. These Saturday evening sessions are going to change your perspective, and you will become a spiritual guide in future for someone else. And we need many, many spiritual guides because there's so many people outside in ignorance. Bichare mar rahe. They're asking this question, why me? Why me? We can go and help them out. So with this, I would like to pause here. Any questions? How many of you have questions? Raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 questions I have.
I have two questions.
Ask one. Next one I'll take during dinner.
I asked you,
Ask.
the first question I had, that suppose the person is on the deathbed and he's going to attend, like his karmic, everything is very good, and he's about to attend moksha. His next birth is about to attend moksha, but at the time of death, he thought of something dearest to him. What will be the result? Now, what is more important, doing everything good or thinking very good at the next time?
See, this good, the word good,
Heard one story of Shastra.
Bharat Maharaj. Bharat.
Uh,
See, it's not about just doing good, it's about doing spiritual activities. This is what I would say. It's not about doing some good on the material platform. It's good, we have to feed food to poor, we should help people, all that is good. That's all still on the material platform. You have to grow on the spiritual platform. When we do that, then at the time of death, as a by chance kuch nahi hone wala. At the time of death, things will be in place. You know why? Because personally, Lord will get involved because you're a spiritualist. Or it's just a mechanical thing that goes on and that is orchestrated by the material nature. We'll see this more deeper in one of the session called Who is Pulling My Strings. We'll go deeper in this concept of what Lord does and what the Prakriti or material nature does. So a person who is normal ना एकदम अच्छा काम किया है लेकिन प्रकृति is going to take care of him. At the time of death अभी वो क्या सोचेगा उसके ऊपर है. But now if a spiritualist entire life is practice spirituality, at the time of death no worries, Lord will take care. Is that okay?
second,
बोलिए.
second one, suppose there are two persons, and one person was getting all the like for him for this time, for this lifetime, his result is to get stabbed by a person.
Stabbed, okay?
Getting stabbed by a person. Now he is getting result of his past lifetime.
Okay.
So the person who is stabbing him, and the God, like he has to be stabbed because he has done all that past time. He is getting his result. What about the person who is stabbing him? What, like he is stabbing, will he get bad result or not? Because God has to stab him, ना? उसको तो करना है, वो तो भाई
ठीक है, I got your question.
तो दोनों को मिलेगा.
So now, what is the thing that is taking place? See, two things happen. One is there's a give and take that is taking place. Okay. So एक तो है कि the past give and take I'm fulfilling it now. Second, I'm doing a new cycle of karma. Yes. So now these two are very very important to note. So now in this case it might be give and take, and that can be okay. He has his own thing and he has been used as an instrument to give the results to the other person. But if he has to suffer,
He will also suffer the one who is stabbing him.
both of them will suffer. Both of them will suffer. क्योंकि दोनों के हैं ना अकाउंट में भर के हैं पाप. Without path, without sinful tendency, how can he do that? Okay, I'll give a different scenario. See, there is a parent, and that parent has got a physically challenged kid. Whose karma it is? Okay, everyone heard the question? A parent has got physically challenged kid. Whose karma it is? Both. Because both are suffering, you see. Both are suffering. It's both. And by the way, see, karma philosophy is a very critical and complicated philosophy. You know why? Because the parameters are from many, many lifetimes. और एक lifetime का होता तो फिर भी हम कुछ analyze करके उसको sort out करते हैं. 50 lifetime Dhritarashtra's. Even if you take 10 lifetimes, it becomes so complicated. It's too complicated like that. Yes. Yeah, what's the next question?
We mentioned like for
see karma is not available because their consciousness
Yes.
is still developing.
Yes.
So someone who's in adulthood and still they are not mentally developed, still the issue is there.
Then he'll be spared.
The karma is not
Yeah, yeah. Because his intelligence is not developed. He's mentally retarded or whatever. Yes. That's okay.
One more thing,
Yeah.
there is something called Sangati Asir, right?
Yes.
So if my friends are doing good deeds,
Yes.
will that karma come to me as well? Like they are doing good karmas.
If you get involved in that, then you'll also get good.
I'm just being there, I'm not doing anything.
You'll not get simple. You'll not get. You have to do something. Say now all of them are distributing free food and you're standing and watching. Now you cannot expect some punya to come in your bank account. Yes. But if you're seeing, and you know what, if that is the case, you will also go. Eventually you will go. ऐसे हो ही नहीं सकता कि आप बस खड़े रह के देख रहे हैं. You will also go because all your friends are doing that. You see? Therefore, the association is going to decide what sort of activities you're going to do. Now, say for example, I don't know how many of your friends here coming from the same place. Say there are two PG mates, or three of them. Two of them are coming for this program. Now they're going and telling the glories of this program. "Hey, it's so wonderful. We're getting this. We're getting that. Our understandings are going higher and higher." Now that person will also be pulled here. You see, that's the power of association. So surely we will also get into and we'll also develop or we'll also get the credits for the same. Next, who is that?
I had a question. Let's say we have a few goals in life.
Okay.
And you said even though there are few people who work very hard but they don't get it.
Yes.
And that's associated to what you're doing.
Correct.
So should I keep working on it? Because I'll put my hard work, but I won't achieve it in the end. So
that's what is the
think about
philosophy.
it.
Yeah, that's what is the philosophy of Gita. The philosophy of Gita doesn't speak about results, it speaks about endeavor. But now the entire world is working on the word called results. But Bhagavad Gita speaks about endeavor. Karmanya vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. This verse basically says give your 100% and don't bother about result. Because endeavor is in your hand, results are not in your hand. So now, just a moment. Now, as soon as we change, see, this is what the Gita is going to make a difference in our life. As soon as we imbibe this art of deriving pleasure from the endeavor and not the result, our life will be very blissful. When the person is giving 100% and he's blissful because he has given, now he's least bothered about the result. His life will be very blissful. But that person who is clinging on to the result, oh, he's going to suffer like anything. Because उसके हाथ में है ही नहीं, है ही नहीं उसके हाथ में. How can he be happy? How can he be peaceful? Very difficult. Make sense? Yeah, one more?
Yeah, but you also said it comes in a cycle, like what happened 50 years,
Yeah.
50 lifetimes ago might come now. So then when did it all start? Because at the very start, how did it even begin? There's like the first lifetime.
Very
and
nice.
it's
That's
something
a
that came later.
very nice question. It will be answered in some session. But this is a question because as soon as you say start, it becomes a problem because this question is invalid. Because when it comes to us, a spirit soul, do we have a start? That's a question. Because when we said body is temporary and we are permanent, and the word eternal was used for that. So as soon as you say eternal, means there's no time. So as soon as you say there is eternal, then there is no start, because if there is a start, there should be end also. Then it defies the entity of eternality of the spirit soul. Therefore, this start, the question itself becomes invalid. Yeah.
If the soul is born, then it will die.
Simple. Someone else.
Yeah. As God has made everyone,
हाँ.
why He is letting us do पाप करना?
देखिए सब अभी भगवान पे डाल देते हैं लोग. See, simple. One important thing to note is as soon as we are there in this material world, हमारे में एक tendency है मजा मारने की, enjoy. And you see, akarma is something that's all about using things in service of the Lord. That we don't want to do. We want to use everything around me for my enjoyment. Have you heard the statement? Everything around me is meant for my enjoyment. Have you heard that? So many people say this. So many people say this. I've heard this. We might not be saying that's good. But many people say this. Now, as soon as this tendency is there, naturally, it will be a problem. And it's not the Lord who is doing it. See, in the presence of the Lord, you can say it's light. What's the definition of darkness? Absence of light. Well, I said, there is nothing called as darkness that exists. It's just absence of light. So as soon as we are away from the Lord, away from spiritual practice, immediately this will come into picture. It will be dark. As simple as that. Yeah. Okay, one last question. Yes. Huh.
So, addition to that question, in that case, what is God?
Eh?
What is God?
Lord Shri Krishna is God.
So,
हो गया full stop. उसके आगे क्या है? There's no speculation. Krishna is telling that in Bhagavad Gita very clearly about himself, that I am that personality.
so can we say that He created us, or we were already there already?
We are with him always, eternal. Maybe with time, there are some more sessions where we'll go deep in these philosophy of Gita. Well, it will be more clear. Yeah. Krishna says in 15th chapter, 7th shloka, Mamai Vamsha Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. You all are my part and parcel, he says. You all are my fragments. So we are eternal like him. Now it's very easy for us, to be frank, at our level, since we are not spiritually elevated, अपने level पे जब सोचते हैं ना, eternality, नो स्टार्ट नो एंड, एकदम दिमाग घूम जाता है. इसका मतलब क्या है? मतलब बर्थडे भी नहीं है और डेथ एनिवर्सरी भी नहीं है. इसका मतलब क्या है? वेरी डिफिकल्ट. So with time, as we advance in bhakti, this might be a little bit more clear. And Srila Prabhupada makes a statement. He says, "इतना दिमाग मत लगाओ ये सब में. As of now, you have got malaria. Don't search for the mosquito. Just take the medicine, cure yourself, and then you'll find out who did what. And whatever happened to you, who did what, you'll be able to understand that." Okay, so it's 7 o'clock. So we'll be doing a small activity now. There's a group discussion. So I want you all to, because now I cannot ask what did you learn from today's session? What was that one punching point for you? So now so you can sit with your mentors and everyone can share one point from today's class. Only one, class mat dijiye aap fir se. One point, from today's class. Yes. So can we have mentors standing at different place? So you all can go to your mentors, make a circle and sit. And we can do that. We get up everyone and see your mentors. The ones who don't have mentors, come to me. Huh?
So we'll be having the group discussion.